Ya, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Thanks God. We are praying to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala because today we can meet in the first meeting the subject of English for tourism. Starting our lecture, let's reciting together Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Well, today is the first meeting about our subject, and as we know, because this subject is English for tourism, I think it is good idea if the lecturer also always explaining something in English. And uh, in the first meeting, I would like to introduce you about this subject. Because of that, allow me to share with you related to our subject today. Okay, it is clear for you, my PowerPointers. Okay, okay, this is our subject, Bahasa Inggris Kepariwisataan or English for Tourism. Please ensure that your subject organized by me as the lecturer. Okay, so because based on the schedule in the study program, I think there's uh, this subject organized by two lecturers. Firstly, me, and then secondly, Budiani. I think so. Please, you ensure that you follow the subject with the lectures of Andi Swirta, okay? And I think in the first meeting and maybe also in the next lecture, I would like to lecture you in online person in Zoom meeting. And so let's we introduce you about this subject, particularly what the objective, what the goal of English for tourism. I think it is very critical to be understood by student that the objective of this subject, English for tourism, has had an objective or goal in order the undergraduate student, all of you, are able to firstly listening, okay? Listening something, listening if lecture talking about something, listening if your colleague or your friend talking about something. So I think listening it is very critical in English and other language because if we cannot listening something, I think we I cannot understand what someone was talking about. Okay, because of that, in order we can listen something, of course, we should be habitually listening something. Okay, including also in English. So I think English is foreign language. Maybe in Indonesia it is the third language because the first language is mother tongue or local language, and second language is national language, the Bahasa Indonesia, and maybe English is the third language. Because of that, if we want to understand about this language, should be open and habitually in listening something. Okay, because of that, why uh, I must describing something in English in order my student habitually in listening. Okay. And secondly, I think it is also very important. Beside listening, student also should be can speaking. Okay, speaking here is expressing something, including also explaining something, and I think uh, in the next session when they ask the presentation, the pointers, for example, the student should be presentation or should be presenting something in English by speaking English. Okay, so I think speaking it is also very critical to know about the expressing idea, opinion, including also what does it mean if someone speaking something. Similar with listening, I think speaking also should be habitually, should be practiced anyway, anytime, in order we can expressing something. Okay. Maybe our dialect is different based on our background, such as someone who is the Javanese or Sundanese may be different in dialect in speaking English. It does not matter. What is important thing here is what we are talking about, what we are speaking something can be understood by others. Okay. And thirdly, writing. Okay. Writing, of course, writing in English. And as you know that one of the obligation or tasks in this subject is student should be makes the full people, for example, including also making the pointers. Of course, pointers should be written in English, including also the full people should be written in English. Okay, so I think the competencies of listening, speaking, and writing, uh, we we can we learn about these three aspects since elementary school, right? Even since kindergarten. But why English as the subject? And we studied about this since elementary school, junior high school, senior high school, until college. But most of students, including also most of lecturer, cannot listening, speaking, writing fluency. I think one of the factors because we rarely using this language. Okay, so often using and then also often uh, to be practiced the language is very important in order we can mastery in three aspects: listening, speaking, and writing something. Okay. Of course, listening, speaking, and writing here related to the tourism side because our subject is about tourism. So I think tourism side. And because our background is the history education, I think should be also listening, speaking, writing related to the historical sites in surrounding area, in in your uh, surrounding environment, and what the student know about the tourism site, historical sites, of course, to introduce, to promote, okay, and to disseminate to the public or stakeholders. So I think as the history of, as the student of history education, or as the candidate of uh, bachelor, I think student of history education should be know more about the tourism site or historical site, how to be introduced, to be promoted, to be disseminated to stakeholders in order they interested in with the tourism site or historical site in Indonesia or in our surrounding area, so that uh, particularly the tourists from abroad, okay, the tourists from overseas countries. I think if the tourist comes from local area or from Indonesia, I think we don't use in English as medium communication. Okay, so because our medium of communication is in English, so I think we should be introduced, promote and disseminate the tourism site, the historical site to the tourists from overseas countries or abroad. Okay. Okay. So this is the objective, the goal of our subject. Okay. Three aspect is very important to be mastery by student: listening, speaking, writing in English. Okay. Because of that, in method, in how to lecture the student in this subject. Firstly, of course, all lecturing use English as tool of communication. So I think because the subject is uh, preparing the student maybe to be tour leaders, okay, to be guide in the uh, tourist tourism sector or whatever, explaining something to the uh, foreign tourists. Because of that, I think uh, we should be mastery English as the tool of communication. Okay. And secondly, I think, yeah, lecturing via Zoom meeting. I think this subject is to uh, system credit semester, okay, semester credit system. As we know, if two each case, it is mean 50 minutes plus 50 minutes. But because this lecture via Zoom meeting, and I will give the chance and more opportunity to the student to actively in this lecture, because of that maybe the lecturing in the Zoom meeting just 30 minutes, because it is also recorded by and will be uh, storage in the YouTube. Okay, because of that, I think 30 minutes is enough. And after a student, after a lecture have been giving the lecturing, I think the student should be watching the video, okay? Watching the video at the YouTube channel of Mindamas Legacy. So it is the rest of time for the subject as long as 70 minutes. And not only watching the video, but also a student, thirdly, should be also makes the brief comment, brief analysis, okay? Brief describing related to the content of the video that available in the Mindamas Legacy YouTube channel, okay? As the hard fact that the student, all of you was attending in this virtual learning, okay? Uh, it is also including not only student who directly takes the subject, including also student who didn't directly take the subject. For example, student who takes the what we call as the MBKM. Okay? Student who take the MBKM also should be makes the brief report, brief comment, but not related to this content of video, but should be reporting and also describing what daily activities, what weekly activities in the MBKM. Okay. So just making the report about the student activity in MBKM agenda. Okay. And should be makes the brief report or brief uh, description. Okay, so there's the uh, what is attending in the meeting, attending in the lecturing. So if you attending in the Zoom meeting, you will get the point. And if you making also the brief comment in the video in the YouTube channel, you will also get the point. Okay, so it is uh, very critical to attending every lecture every week about this subject. Okay, and not only attending in the meeting in the lecturing, but also a student should be makes the individual task, individual obligation. For example, should be making the PowerPointers. Okay, PowerPointers just one slide related to the tourism site or historical site that will be promoted by you. Okay, so you should be making the PowerPointers related to the maybe historical site or tourism site that uh, should be promoted prom promoted to others, promoted to, of course, because in English, promoted to the tourists from overseas countries. Okay, please you imagine or preparing starting from now. For example, what kind of a tourism site, what kind of historical site will be promoted to others. Okay, I think the topic or the theme is pre, so please you thinking something and starting from now, what kind of tourism site or what kind of historical site will be promoted to uh, tourists from overseas countries. Okay, and of course, not only making the PowerPointers one slide, but also should be a presentation. Should be presenting about your PowerPointers one slide uh, in the Zoom meeting also. And it is also precise about your speaking. Okay, so as we know, the three objective, the goals in this subject is very important: listening, speaking, and writing. Because of that, you should be explaining something, describing something, speaking something related to your PowerPointers. Okay, maybe your presentation just 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Okay, and after student presentation about the PowerPointers, okay, the lecturer will makes the comment, makes the suggestion, makes the criticize also what you are presenting something. Okay, and then there's also the mid examination, UTS, ujian tengah semester, and there's also the final or the last examination or the UES, ujian akhir semester. And finally, in the last semester, based on your presentation, student also should be making the pool people. Okay, but uh, the meaning of pull people here is not pull people for the academic journal, but maybe like making an opinion article for the newspaper or magazine. Okay, so just two pages or 700 to 750 characters, 750 words. Okay, just two pages. Like if someone uh, to make an opinion article for the newspaper, for the magazine. Okay, so not making full people as long as 10 to, for example, 10 to 20 pages, but it is just two pages or 700 to 750 character or 750 words. Okay. Okay, I think that's about our goal, our objective, and method in this subject. And let's we introduce you also related to English for tourism. Okay, so let me start with the definition. The definition. So because our background, academic background is the history education or historical study, so I think I want to uh, what is makes the attention that this tourism subject should be always related to the historical context. Okay, because of that, tourism here should be also mean by the historical tourism. Okay, so historical tourism describes all tourist trip that include cultural activities, namely the visiting of monument or sites, as well as experiences and interaction with local people. Okay. So I think we can make the definition what is historical tourism, and this is our subject. Okay, so we will elaborate, we will uh, choose, elaborate, introduce, and then maybe analysis and promoting this historical tourism to others. Okay, so because of that, maybe there's kind of monument, kind of what we call historical sites. Okay, maybe there's also many interesting tourism sites, all a cultural site, and so on and so forth. Okay, and I think visiting the tourism destination or tourism site is including also historical site is very critical in the context of economic development in the many countries around the world. Okay, so nowadays travel and tourism is an important economic activities in most countries around the world. Okay, particularly in Indonesia, I think since 1980s, in the time of New Order government, 1980s, the tourism sector uh, was developing because or was growing because the income generating from the oil boom phenomenon in 1970s was ending. Okay, so because of that, to substitute the oil income generating, so tourism sector is very critical in what we call income generating for our national income, okay? or, or for national economic growth. So since 1980s until currently, the tourism sector in Indonesia is very growing and very critical in income generating for the national economic growth. Okay. So as well as its direct economic impact, the tourism sector has significant indirect and induced impact. Okay. This has objective to inform impact of tourism sector to the national economic growth. So Indonesia has many interested in about the tourism side. I think Indonesia is the huge countries, you know. We are the archipelagic countries. Indonesia has had, I think, more than 17,000 islands, okay? Big or little, from Sumatra, big island, for example, Sumatra, Jawa, Kalimantan, Sulawesi, Papua island, with the little island, and more than 17,000 islands from Sabang to Merauke, from western place to the eastern place in the Papua. Okay, and I think each island has also the interesting or exciting the tourism destination. Okay, I think there's many prominent tourism destination in Sumatra, for example, in Aceh, in North Sumatra, there's the Danau Toba, okay? In Padang, West Sumatra, in Palembang, South Sumatra, in West Java, okay, there's many tourism destination, the Tangkuban Perahu Mountain, what else? And many uh, exciting or interesting tourism sector, tourism site. In Central Java, there's the Borobudur Temple, the Prambanan Temple, the Yogyakarta City, and others. Okay. In East Java, the Bromo Mountain, okay, and others. Bali Island, I think Bali Island is what we call as the uh, what is surga in English? Firdaus Island. Okay, so uh, Bali is interesting tourism destination around the world. But not only Bali, the east from Bali, there's the Lombok Island, okay, and then what is the Komodo Island, okay, in east, Labuan Bajo, okay, in eastern Indonesia, and so on and so forth. So I think there's the potential sector for tourism in Indonesia and should be developed because this tourism sector can contribute to the income generating for the national economic growth. Okay, so I think not only the tourism sector in national level but also in local level also should be promoted. Okay, should be what we call disseminated. Okay, by the student of history education. Okay. Okay. So please, you're preparing. Okay. Maybe for making the PowerPointers and making the an opinion or opinion article in newspaper. Please identify an interesting tourism site in your local area, in your surrounding area. So you can text the tourism destination in national level or local level. Okay, so I think based on your choice. Okay, so this course will also explain about the local or regional tourism site and most importantly, strategy on how to promote it to the stakeholders. The stakeholders here is the tourists come from abroad or overseas countries. Okay. Okay, so I think this is our what we call the theme. Okay, so maybe also the topic will be elaborated in one semester. Okay, so uh, of course in one semester not only lecture giving you uh, the the lec the lecture something, but also students should be actively in identifying the tourism site and should be also introduce, promote, and disseminate what the interesting tourism site in your surrounding area or in your knowledge. Okay. Okay. So because this subject is English for tourism and our background, academic background is the history or history education. Because of that, uh, firstly, uh, student should be mastery in the uh, national history books, okay, including also of course, national history book here is the standard history book written by historian or history educators. So, including also the local history book. Okay. As we know, tourism site, every tourism destination has its historical background. Okay. So because of that, as the student of history education, as student of history study, I think we must can explaining something about the historical background of the place, historical background of the tourism sites. For example, if they ask the tourists from abroad want to know about the Tangkuban Perahu mountain, I think as the guide or the tour leader should be explaining about the historical background this Tangkuban Perahu site. Okay, so because of that, firstly, we must know more and master about the national history books or local history book related to the tourism destination. Of course, the sources not only comes from books, but also from academic journal. Okay. So if you want to know more related to the article in historical aspect or social sciences aspect, you can searching about this website, the www.mindamas.com. There's many academic journal such as Socio Humanica, Educare, Tawari, Susur Galur, and so on and so forth. Okay, I think it is my introduction today. More than 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Okay, before ending our lecture today, I think the PG class or the head of class should be take the picture as the proof that today we are doing the lecture. Okay, so who are the PG class, please take the picture and please all students should be on camera. Okay, so if you on camera, I think it is meaning that you are attending in this lecture. Okay, who will take the picture? Who is PG class? Ramdan, please take the picture, and please also all students should be on camera so that can be uh, taken the picture uh, by Ramdan. Okay, Ramdan, please.
Yes, sir. Okay, I will start count uh, the first picture. One, two, three.
It's one slide, right?
Okay.
Just 12 participants. Okay, thank you. So after this lecture, so as I have mentioned previously, that all of you should make the brief comment in the video, and I will share the video in the WhatsApp group available in uh, YouTube channel. And for student who takes the MBKM subject also should be makes the brief report, brief activity related to your MBKM agenda. Okay. So I think thank you for your attending, and uh, you're coming in this lecture, and let's ending our lecture today by reciting together Hamdalah. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Thank you, and inshallah we will meet again in the next week with a different topic. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam
wabarakatuh.
warahmatullahi
Okay.
wabarakatuh.
You can leave from this